I did my workout today, and
Nice.
so it had like lateral bands that said like times 20. And so I couldn't think if it should be like 20 going one way and then 20 going the other way, or just like 10 and 10. So it's 20
Ladder
total, or like
these.
no, it was like walking. So it's like you have bands on your feet and
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
20 each way. 21 way, 20 the other way.
Okay, well I did half of that, so I'll just think per leg next time. So I'm sorry, I just
No worries. Either way is fine, but yeah, they are kind of killer. They seem nice and easy because it's just walking sideways, but it starts burning your booty, starts burning your IT band, yeah. Cool. Awesome. All right. So I'm just going to share my screen, and today is probably going to be some repeat info because flexible dieting is about the same on vacation, at home. It doesn't care. It's about, yeah, right about the same. So essentially, we are first and foremost looking for balance, right? When traveling, are you rested? Did you get your sleep? Did you get your hydration? You know, especially if you've had alcohol, did you recover before the workout? And not feeling guilty because, oh my gosh, you're traveling, you're hanging out in different time zones, your body's stressed. Like, don't feel guilty. Nothing is going to be perfect. Just trying to get some adequate rest and balance is first and foremost thing. Got that. I think that makes sense. But we all forget sometimes that we're like, oh, I needed to get 3 or 4 workout sessions this week, and I need to get X number of miles, and I didn't do it. But like, you could be flying, you could be, I don't know, walking around with your friends and parents. You could be shopping, which is also cardio. You could go to museums, which is also cardio. So, kind of go easy on yourself, especially when your body is stressed. Our bodies are easily stressed from even different water and different food. Like that, I never really think about that when I travel to different places. But yeah, I mean, the way we get our water, right? They clean it differently in different places. It can have more or less nutrients here and there, different pH. Our body takes a second to be like, okay, not used to this. Or different humidity, different latitude, different everything. So yeah, when I'm jet lagged, I give myself a nice break usually. And if I try to go work out and if I try to go hard, my body is like, no, we are gonna hurt and we are gonna like joints, back, we're gonna not feel good. Do not squat after the plane. Done that before? Not a good idea. So, you do not need to bring a food scale with you when you travel. You do not need to bring a body scale with you necessarily. There are probably body scales at the hotel gym, or wherever the place you're visiting. But I would say as long as your clothes fit about the same, you can't do that much damage in a week or two of traveling unless you really just lay on the couch and stuff yourself 24/7. You're probably going to be fine. Most people are fine. As long as you don't really change, your habits and want to like try everything and drink when you just wake up and continue drinking all day. I don't know. Most people are fine. Yeah, no scale. You can bring a food scale if you haven't really like learned the portion sizes, but I find the portion size. I find the hand a really good guidance of a portion size. For example, 2 handfuls of greens, 1 fist of carbs, be that starchy potato, rice, anything like that, a hand of protein. So chicken, tofu, fish, filet is usually the size. I don't know if you want to consider lean steak or your cottage cheese, yogurt, seitan, things like that. Fats, that's all you get. That's important. If you got a burger on a bun, they put butter on it. That's your fat. It's already there. You don't get peanut butter for dessert. Chocolate accounts for that as well. In your cake, triple layered, whatever. Is that going to be your fat, or is that going to be from salad dressing? Or is that going to be something in the main meal? Say like you got a tikka masala, butter chicken, your fat's there. Watch out for fats for dessert. So that's, you know, when we're talking one meal, we'll try to go by veggies, starches. Oops, sorry, I got a message in the chat. Chat, is that per meal? Yes, that is per meal. So typically, I mean, you can kind of be like, all right, if I get 3 meals a day, then I can eat, you know, 6 handfuls of veggies, right? 3 servings of protein, 3 servings of fat. What else did we forget? Our carbs, your fist, right? Of 3 servings of a fist of a carb. So that's about from half a cup to a cup, depending if you're a larger, smaller, male, female. So if you decided to go for brunch and get more fats and more carbs and eat double the protein for lunch and dinner, that's fine. But you kind of can fluctuate that. It is easier on your body if you do get all of these things in one meal. However, if you decided to not do that, that's totally fine, as long as you get about the same amount of these a day. So there's that. There's your portion control. And hopefully you've been learning that throughout tracking and throughout making your meals balanced. But if you haven't, the hand is always with you. You don't need to check it in. You're not going to forget it. It's there at the restaurant. It's there to remind you. Micros would be great to look at when you travel. If you did not get enough, say, greens or like different kinds of nuts and seeds and seasonings and spices that have a lot of micronutrients, then, or berries, then definitely bring a multivitamin with you. I would always bring a multivitamin and omega-3 with me, and I bring my creatine. So like now I'm visiting a friend. So what I brought with me is I brought my creatine. I brought my protein. So I have, if I travel for longer, I will have like a jar of creatine, a jar of fish oil, and a bigger thing of protein. Keep it in the original container. Do not put your protein powder in a bag, especially if it's white, and then have fun at the airport. Done that before. It's not fun. They're probably gonna let you through. I even had Clean Machine protein once, which is green, in a bag, and I was traveling from Colorado. That was fun. They stopped me. Do not recommend. Spilled some protein. So yeah, keep it in the original container if you do decide to bring protein. Cool. So if you do plan to eat out a lot more, and there's a scale, and it seems like you are, in a day or two, you're like 3, 4, 5 pounds heavier, do account for those things. If you eat out more, or if wherever you're at adds more salt to the foods, and your body's a little stressed, you didn't drink that much during the whole traveling thing, if you're not very hydrated, then your body can hold on to more water. So you're not going to put on a couple pounds within a couple days, but your body can hold on to more water, especially if you underhydrate. If you eat more carby, if you eat less protein, if you eat kind of at random times, sleep at random times, and your body's stressed, you definitely can't hold on to more water. It usually goes down after you kind of acclimate to wherever you're at. So like if I visit Russia, I'm automatically about 4 pounds heavier when I arrive. And within like 5 days, I go back to my normal weight. And then usually after that, it goes down because I eat more fresh local foods there. But for the first couple of days, it's like, yeah, I can unbutton my jeans when I'm driving. Like it's just, I'm bloated from different water, from airplane food, and it's not comfortable. But it goes back to normal. All right. So we've covered bringing the vitamins. and omega-3s. Everybody already probably knows some good examples of proteins, carbs, and fats. So I would not really worry about that. Was talking to a friend today on how she does it because she doesn't track, but she still stays pretty healthy. So I really liked one of the tips is like, if you decide to kind of like splurge on something, you can get something local to support a local business. And that way is also probably better macros, is probably fresher, and it's probably, you know, you're probably not going to overeat on that. For example, we went to a brunch place yesterday and got some artisan bread for Katya. Yeah, it's bread. It's mainly carbs. But if I have a slice of a local bread toast, then I'm probably going to be pretty satisfied from just that slice, rather than if I go to Walmart and I get a huge, like, I don't know, Walmart thing of bread that like you could just eat and you're not satisfied. You could have a double peanut butter jelly sandwich, but it just, I don't know, it's not very satisfying. It's easy to overeat on. Or even if you get like, I don't know, dessert, local places, a lot of them use like some better butter, better spices. They're smaller in size rather than if you go to your gas station and get like gas station cookies, chips, ice creams. They're like not special, not satisfying. So spend your cheap meals or spend your macros budget on the good shit, the stuff that you like really want. So there is that. Let's see, fiber. Yeah, so a really good tip on how to not overeat when you're like, oh my gosh, there's this beautiful place for brunch and this beautiful place for dinner, and also we're gonna get snacks. Like what to do if you're afraid on just splurging and then being like, whoopsies. I usually start my morning with protein, with a scoop of protein, regardless where I go, because most of the times when I do get brunch, it is going to be higher fats, higher carbs, less protein. So first, say Clean Machine has a lot of fiber, has a lot of greens and micros. My body likes to have something in the stomach right when I wake up to process. So before bed, after the end of the day, before I go to bed, I will have a little bit of protein, and I will usually have some fiber. So it can be anything from your apple, banana, your fruit, to your veggies, to your berries, like just even a half a cup to get your digestion going. Drink a tall glass of water, eat a little bit of something fibrous. I can like nibble on some cucumber, some like bell peppers, pretty much anything tasty and local, and have a little bit of protein, because I know that I'm going to want to eat more wherever I go, or get dessert, or get a drink that, say, like chai latte has a lot of sugar, some milk, some fat. And if I already have this in the stomach, then I'm going to be more sane on picking my foods, and I'm actually going to get what I want rather than just go crazy because I'm so hungry. Like, don't let yourself get super duper hungry and then make bad decisions. Kind of, you can keep healthy snacks around, or you can have a little bit of fiber, a little bit of protein right before you leave wherever you're staying. All right, so protein in the AM, the PM before bed doesn't need to be a lot, like 20, 30 grams is fine. 20 for girls, 30 for dudes. Okay. The other thing that I thought was obvious, but gonna mention that anyways. If you are not meeting your, greens and proteins and carbs and fats requirements during the day, and your macros are kind of off whack, then try to stay within your calorie limit. So you are not going to gain weight if you do not eat over your maintenance calories, period. You cannot break laws of thermodynamics. If you eat more and spend less energy, you're going to gain weight. If you spend more energy, right, then and consume less energy, then you're going to lose weight. So if you stay within your maintenance, then you're going to stay the same. If your diet on a certain day, I don't know, 4th of July, whatever your birthday, was cake and vodka, but you stayed within your calorie limits, you're not going to gain weight. You're probably not going to feel good next day. But in the grand scheme of things, in the matter of a year or a long period of time, it won't do that much damage. Now, if you decide to try to eat more protein on top of the cake and vodka, yeah, potentially it will help you keep a little more muscle, but one day it's not going to destroy all of the muscle you've been building, and you'll be still your over calorie limit, and whatever the excess carbs or fats you've consumed is going to probably be stored by your body for a short or long period of time. So don't freak out if you're under the protein when you're traveling. It's okay, it happens. If you try to kind of sort of balance it out over the days, then that'll be good. If you're staying up late, I don't know, partying, watching movies, talking to friends, instead of like easy snacks from airports and gas stations and whatever friends bring, say nuts, granola bars, chips, you can get something with higher fiber and something that makes you eat it longer. So for example, screen, okay. For example, replace nuts with fruit, berries. They're also like bite size, even grapes. Everybody freaks out about grapes. Oh my gosh, they're pure sugar. There's almost no nutrients in them. Sure, but there's a lot of water in them. There's some fiber in them. It takes you forever to eat a thing of grapes. And a thing of grapes may have like 200 calories, like a bowl of grapes, but a bowl of nuts is going to have 500-600 calories. And you eat it quicker and you are less satisfied from that because it is more dense. Instead of chips, have popcorn. I mean, Caitlin, you already know that and you already do that when you work, right? Drink more water in between your food. It does not help severely, but it helps a little bit. I will usually drink water in between, say if I'm out drinking wine or something with friends. I will definitely have, like if I had a glass of wine, the next glass I'm gonna have is I'm gonna finish a glass of water and then I'm gonna pour myself another glass of wine or whatever the alcohol if I'm drinking. So I'll only have one glass and I will alternate. If I have any alcohol, I will then have water and then I'll be allowed to move back to alcohol. If I have two glasses, I will take sips of water and sips of drinks. I would probably drink double the alcohol without wanting to or noticing. So that's another good one. All right, what else can we replace? Not everybody likes veggie platters. I do think that seasonal veggies or local veggies or fruit at a certain place, wherever you're traveling, are the best thing that you can splurge on. So I will absolutely go to the farmer's market or local market and get all of the fruits and veggies instead of whatever the desserts and prepackaged nutty, fatty, cakey things. But, you know, that's just me. But at least I will not have a lot of the things that I can splurge on that I can pull out late at night. I am going to pre-cut veggies or pre-make whatever the snacks, like pop some popcorn and have it ready by the evening. So when I have a splurge, say if I was first traveling and now I'm working, I don't need to think about preparing something. It is already there. And my willpower does not need to work extra to go and make that thing. When you need to rely on willpower, that's when mistakes happen. When you already have something ready, then you're usually good to go. All right, what else? While driving, that was an interesting thing for me to realize. I usually allow myself a treat when I'm driving, and I do love Pringles. I don't think a lot of them are vegan. But I will allow myself to have a small can of Pringles while driving, and no, it's not gonna kill me. It's moderately satisfying. And then I realized I also love, say, bananas, right? They're prepackaged and fast food by nature. And for like 1,000 calories of can of Pringles, I can have 13 bananas. I'm gonna be satisfied from 1 or 2 bananas. I'm not gonna eat 13 bananas over a drive. I can easily eat multiple cans of Pringles. I can eat like the big one, no problem, right? It takes, what, half an hour to eat it? How much does it take for you to eat 13 bananas? Or apples. Strawberries, one of the lowest calorie berries. It's hugely satisfying. Same thing with grapes and all other fruit and berries. So it doesn't have to be vegetables. You can replace stuff with fruit. More satisfying, yes, more carbs, but definitely better macros than most snacks that are prepackaged. Or say granola bars, you know, your Kind and your Cliff bars, your energy bars, right? Energy bars are there to make sure you survive the hike when you're starving. They are packed with the calories to kick in quickly and get you going. It is not a low calorie snack. It is not a macro friendly snack. Anything that has the word energy, drinks or snacks is meant to be used when you've been like biking for hours, hiking for hours, and you can't carry a lot of food with you. So it is very calorie dense. Not a good option if you're trying to stay within your calorie limits while eating more amounts. So yeah, hope that makes sense. And just in general, prepackaged processed foods usually are easy to overeat on, not as satisfying in small amounts. They have more salt, sugar, butter, flavors that are not necessarily bad per se, but they really don't help for you to feel satiated and happy while eating the small amount of that thing. So yeah, let's see. I've got, I think, the last set of tips in a PDF here. Yes. Yes, I do. Share screen. All right. So obviously drinking water in between meals or alcohol, we have covered that. One of my favorite things, if I have a craving, is I either sip on a sweet herbal tea or flavored herbal tea. You can do this any time of day or night. It's not going to keep you up. And you can get some local, fun, interesting teas, and you're still, you know, sipping on something. If your friends wanted to have alcohol, you can have tea. If you have water, people are like, you know, you're boring. You drink water, but tea, I don't feel boring. I'm hanging out and being social and adventurous, and still kind of participating in the social eating and drinking thing. If I'm alone, I will engage in a busy task and set a timer a lot of the times and be like, all right, I just ate breakfast. It's been an hour. Why am I hungry? So I'll be like, all right, I will then drink some water and set a timer for like an hour and a half. And that's the least of a break that I need to have another either snack or lunch. The task usually takes care of it. And I use tomato timer a lot for working, taking a small break, usually to like stretch, pet the dog, and then work again. And then time kind of flies really quickly with it. And you're pretty efficient working. And then you don't think about food when you originally were only thinking about food from boredom. That's at least my issue when I'm alone. So the timer helps if you combine timer and doing something. So let's see. This is a really good one. So if I decide to quote unquote cheat or have a treat, I will usually pick either main course or dessert or drink. So say if your main course has a lot more butter, oil, has more rice, bread, whatever, that's your treat. Unless you're hiking, walking, and shopping and swimming all day, probably better to do that way rather than get, you know, a burger with fries, with mayonnaise sauce, with a beer. You know, if you want a beer, you don't get the fries and the mayonnaise sauce. If you want a huge mayonnaise sauce, get a small fries and also no beer. So I hope that makes sense. You also feel like crap if you eat all of those things over a quick one meal period of time. You can choose, I don't know, a drink later and a fattier or carbier side or main course in some other meal. So kind of pick and choose your cravings. All right. More supplement stuff. So I typically just bring creatine with me. I do not bring all this other stuff. You can, but definitely not necessary. Let's see. For the workouts, if you have room for only one kind of shoe, I would probably bring running shoes. And if you want to explore places while running, I think that's my favorite while traveling, because if you want to squat and like get a good workout when you need a flat sole, you could probably take the shoes off. If you are going to be lifting, I'm probably going to take my lifters to Russia when I go soon. So I'm probably going to take deadlift shoes, which are flat, even though I don't have to because I can do this barefoot. But some gyms are pain in the ass about it, and they do not allow for you to take shoes off at the gym. Mine are tiny, so I'm going to bring those. I'm going to bring my squat shoes, and I'm going to bring my sneakers. And I'm going to bring 0 heels and only 1 pair of going out shoes. Priorities. But if you only decide to bring 1 pair of shoe, I will probably bring something for running, because you can probably hike in those. You can probably use those. Hey, Joshua, do you mind muting, please? Thank you. Yeah, so kind of think about what you'll be doing more if you're definitely traveling to the place that it has a gym, say like hometown or someplace that you've been before and you're going to be lifting. You can bring lifters or like Converse. You can also walk around in your Keds, Vans, Converse, right? And they can be going out shoes and lifting shoes. So that's kind of nice. I go out in sneakers, and I have no shame in wearing dress and sneakers. People who don't like it, sorry, man. It's my life. So let's see. You can work out the normal amount or a less amount as long as you are relatively active, right? Hikes, museums, shopping, swimming, exploring. If you do not work out as much, I would at least keep stretching as if you worked out. So foam roll in the morning, stretch in the evening, stretch throughout the day. If you do not have room for a foam roller, if you don't have a traveling foam roller, I have a traveling foam roller that is, so it is about 3/4 of a length of a normal one, and it is hollow. So this one is filled, mine is hollow, so I can stick like shoes and, not shoes, I can stick like socks and towels or whatever, and it almost doesn't take any space. Or you can use your water bottle. This one hurts because it is, yeah, so it's not as big, so it is going to hurt a little more, and it is metal. So yes, I do definitely roll up on my bottle when I travel if I don't have room for the foam roller. And the last option is your lacrosse ball. That thing is tiny, at least bring that. These two will suffice, right? If you don't have a traveling foam roller, don't have to buy one, or even just the ball will suffice. So I will bring the ball, water bottle, obviously for water and foam rolling, and typically I will bring 3 bands, so 25, 35, and a medium glute hip band, with which I can do everything booty related. For these bands, I can usually do, so for upper body, it's really easy to get a body weight workout, right? But for lower body, it is easier either single-sided, right? So single leg exercises, or with bands. Or if you're pro, single-legged banded exercises. So that's kind of how I roll. It does take a little bit more time, but you can take less breaks and superset things. So if you go on vacation, you'll probably find out what I've got in store for kick-ass vacation, single-legged, single-armed, single-sided exercises. So yes, you can get a great workout while traveling. Without the bands, it will be harder to get a good workout for your back or for any posterior chain, right? So pushing motions, you can do squats, push-ups. Pulling, you need a pull-up bar, or you need a band that you can hook up to a tree, a door, a table, a couch, anything. And you can do all kinds of pulling and anti-rotational motions. So your front, your core is taken care of, your back is taken care of when you bring a band. All right, let's see. Have we got more tips? let's see. So we've covered the working out, we've covered the cardio, we've covered the food very, very well. Reading the label always helps. In other countries, sometimes it is really nice how you can compare foods, because in the US, they do per serving, and in most other countries, they do nutrition per 100 grams. So you can literally take one food versus the other and compare macros, because it is all per 100 grams. And here you're like, the serving is 24 grams, and this one is an ounce is 24 grams, and this one is 1.2 ounces, and this one is however many, I don't know, grams again, and just it's crazy. In Russia, everything is for 100 grams. It's the best thing ever. I hate comparing nutrition information in the US or in, I think even in Canada, they do the same things. All right. So yeah, watch out for nuts, high calorie prepackaged things, obvious stuff. Try to go with fresh foods, even if it's, you know, carby, starchy rice, potatoes, still fresh or fresh cooked. If you can go for fresh fruit and vegetables, good for you, rather than prepackaged, amazing. Or local desserts, local cakes, local breads, rather than prepackaged, shipped, and kind of non-original stuff. Sauces on the side, drink or sauce or other treat per meal. You can always ask for things without oil or butter, or you can usually ask for things without oil or butter, and that will save you like 100 calories every meal, usually, because restaurants do love to put extra oil, extra sugar, extra butter. So they want for you to come back. It makes food more delicious, right? So try to watch out for that. Let's see. Yeah, grilled instead of fried. Veggies is instead of buns or fries. Every once in a while, that makes sense. Bring your protein, your vitamins, and I think we have covered everything. I hope this wasn't too much, and let me know if you guys have any questions.
I feel good. I don't take any supplements, so part of me is like, ooh, should I start? But otherwise, I think a lot of like your advice is very practical, and is very like, you know, judging stuff by the eye and whatnot.
Supplements are great. All of the white powders. So let me ask you, why do you not take supplements? Do you not take vitamins either?
No, I'm winging it. I don't know.
Okay, it is best if you eat all of your vitamins from foods, obviously. However, it is very hard to eat the recommended daily amounts of all of them. So there's a reason why we are being recommended to take vitamin C, definitely vitamin D during the pandemic and during the winter. And if you live in a gloomy place, if you don't get outside too much, definitely fish oil or omega-3s if you're vegan. I recommend the vegan omega-3 to everybody, regardless, because it is easily digestible, and it is, where is it? Let me find it. Yeah, there it is. Meat eaters can eat it too. So this is the one that I take. It's ahi flower oil from Clean Machine. If you get true supplements, vitamins, I think that has enough omega oil. I mean omega-3s. So yeah, highly recommend. Creatine is one of the most well-researched supplements in the world, and it does not just help you build new muscle, retain old muscle, but it also helps with your mental focus, with just being overall a more effective, productive human. It does not have side effects. So at least take creatine. Coffee is a supplement. It's a stimulant. You burn more calories if you drink coffee. I think per like a cup of coffee, you burn like 10 calories or something, which is not a lot, but you know, you drink six cups of coffee a day, like I do sometimes, then it catches up a little bit. And not necessarily coffee, caffeine. But do be careful with drinking too much of it. I sometimes probably drink too much of it. I try to stick to like 2-3 cups a day, but sometimes I'll drink it in the morning and I'll have a little bit with my pre-workout and feel like it's a lot of caffeine. So
Yeah, coffee gives me, or it heightens my anxiety. So I try to stay away from it personally, but I got you.
black tea, green tea.
Yeah, I think I'll drink some tea. I'm mostly a water person.
That's great. I'm very jealous. Most people would probably be jealous. Most people want to drink juices and pop and milk and yeah. Cool. Josh, how are you? Do you have any questions? Are you driving again?
Nope. It all sounds great. It was great information. Sorry I missed most of it, but it was good info. I was with my family for the rest of the morning, so.
Gotcha. That's good. I'm staying at a friend's place, and for both of y'all, but I guess mainly for Caitlin, you just mentioned that, yeah, caffeine gives you some anxiety, and I kind of feel like that too. This is the tea that my friend drinks, and it is called Burnout Blocker. Has adaptogenic herbs. So I have heard of chaga mushroom being adaptogenic. So let's see. This one has cinnamon bark, ginger, hickory root, dates, some fungus extracts, and I've had it yesterday. It was really earthy and spicy and wonderful. I do not think it has caffeine. Erin, does it have caffeine? Does it have caffeine? No, so this one did not have caffeine. So something interesting to try. There's always interesting herbal drinks with potential health benefits to try, but definitely things that can be fun to experiment with and are not harmful. So nice. My friend also said rooibos is caffeine free and slightly stimulating. So.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Have we got more questions or things? I know Josh, we haven't talked about your last week, what worked, what didn't work, your training questions, successes, meal things, and successes and failures. So if you have anything to update us on, please.
Nothing really to report. This week, started doing more outdoorsy. I started rock climbing and whatnot, and
Nice.
trying to find ways to to shred off a few more calories each day. But yeah, the workouts were great. I think I can definitely tell that I think I can't remember if it's at the end of next week's workout, but I think I'm gonna have to try again for the 1 rep max for everything.
That makes sense.
And I definitely think I've improved on all those. So I'm looking forward to testing that out next week. And yeah, everything's been going great.
That sounds fun. I'm excited to find out what you get.
Absolute.
Cool. Well, if there's no more questions, I feel like I've been talking a lot, and we can wrap. And I will try to upload this thing for the people who are having fun with their families today.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Awesome. And Josh,
Thanks, Katya.
yeah, no problem. You'll be able to rewatch the beginning, so no problem.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
Awesome. You guys have a beautiful Sunday, and I will talk with you soon.
Later.
Happy Mother's Day.
Huh?
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, yes. Happy Mother's Day. I did not know it was today.
Yeah. That's okay.
Now we know.
All right. See ya.
Bye, Caitlin.